Hello everyone, my name is Wanjiru Moreithi and welcome to the coastal edition of Conversations with WINENJIRU. Leo tuko California. Unajua California ni wapi? California is county 003 and I'm so pleased to have a guest here from the Express Shop group, Dr. Esther Muthumbi. You see how I threw that in? Yeah, you're not very happy with me, are you?
No, just Esther for the purpose of this conversation. Thank you.
Esther from Express Shop, thank you very much. We're in your newest branch, but it feels like we're in a cave, right? This is beautiful.
Well, thank you. I think all thanks to Ojal, who's not here today. He's out running somewhere. But yes, he's the one who built this.
And designed this. And Ojal, of course, is
my husband co-founder of the Express Shop.
Co-founder of the Express Shop, yeah. Now, talking about running,
yes,
I met you at triathlon the other day, the Kilifi Gold Triathlon.
Yes, I'm surprised to see you there. Well, the Kilifi Gold Triathlon happens in Kilifi every year. It's an annual event bringing together lots of athletes from all over the country and in fact the world. So it's great to see some elites and also some, new people. It was my first time participating in the triathlon, having lived in Kilifi for several years.
Wow, first time. So what motivated you to do it this time?
The team. So I saw a message from somebody who had wanted to participate but didn't want to do the whole thing and was just looking for a team member. At first I thought, my God, should I volunteer? Should I not? Can I do the 5Ks? I've not been practicing. But then there's a lot of community vibe in Kilifi and
yes.
I thought, I'll take this on for the team.
Okay.
So I registered.
And I'm glad. I've done 2 other triathlons. I'm not sure I'm doing one again anytime soon. So then it was just great for me to visit and feel the energy, and there was so many people.
Yeah.
I know if I could have cheated that I was doing it, but then so many people. Maybe next time.
I didn't see you with the pictures.
Next time I will make sure I register in time because I hear again entries run out the very same day.
Yes.
Ojal was doing it as well, but he did all 3 parts.
Yes. So in our family, I was the runner in a team. Ojal did the whole thing, and my son Gavin, he was a swimmer in.
Oh my goodness, I
yeah.
love it. So it runs in the family business, triathlon loving family. Are there any parallels with triathlons and running businesses?
Oh, maybe just the long game and knowing that it's not easy, it's not simple, the end is there and it doesn't come easy. You have to hang in there.
Hang in there and work a lot, right?
And work hard. And also the training that comes in before the triathlon, you could say, is just all the work that you have to put in as you're running the business. Yeah.
Okay. So your background is not in wine?
No, my background is not in wine. My background is not in business. Yeah.
So how did we end up here? What prompted you and what were you doing before and why the switch? Or why the addition of a concept space like the Express Shop, which is a gourmet supermarket?
Yes.
A wine shop? You don't do distribution?
A
wine bar?
Yes. No, not distribution yet.
Not distribution yet.
Yeah,
or importation yet?
No, or importation yet. Well, so like I said, I moved to Kilifi a couple of years back in 2014 to be specific. At the time I was coming in for a job. I'm a doctor by training, medical doctor, epidemiologist to be specific. So I was coming to work for KEMRI Kilifi, the KEMRI Wellcome Trust Research Program, to run one of their vaccine trials on pneumonia vaccine at the time. So I did that for about 2 years, but then I lived in the plantations. You see where the triathlon was? I had a house
nice.
deep in there. And
that's the Mnarani?
The Mnarani area, and the only supermarket at the time was Tuskys. Which was great to have a big supermarket that catered for most of the needs, but it didn't have the little gourmet things that, guys from Nairobi would like, and so we'd end up having to drive to Nyali a lot, and also Kilifi, we crossing the bridge is a big deal. We're spoiled. Everywhere is within 5 minutes of each other. We don't do long drives. So when you're living on the Mnarani side, having to go all the way to Tuskers, just across the bridge was too far. And so the thought was, and there was a new petrol station with a shop that was open, and it had been, I just kept seeing it because that was our petrol station. I kept seeing it for months, and we thought, if I could buy bread here, it would save me the long drive to Tuskers.
Yeah.
And that's how Express Shop was born. So
Wow.
it was out of necessity, there was a gap, and we saw it and we took it.
Thank God for that bridge, because without the bridge, there would be no business,
Yes,
right?
yes, sure.
So why did you call it Express, not crossing bridges?
Good thought. I don't even know how the name Express Shop came up. It was just a quick stop. It could have been anything, but yeah, crossing bridges. That's funky.
That's funky, yeah, cool. So your first establishment in 2016?
16, yes.
Yes? And now you have 4.
Oh.
Please take us through the decisions about now the locations.
Yep.
And the concepts growing.
Okay. Interestingly, thank God. I mean, it's the far we've come. We didn't even anticipate some of this level of growth. So 2016, the shop at Mnarani was just a convenience store with a big focus on quick moving things, soda, water, ice cream.
Express.
Yes, Express, exactly. And then we had a tiny section with just beers and a few wines. And then slowly so what happened is we just started listening to the customers. A customer would come and ask for a particular wine. We had a lot of sweet wines, like, can I get a dry one? Can I get dry red? Can I get a Riesling? Can I get a Cab Sauv? So at that time, all these things didn't mean anything to me. And then slowly, just listening to the customers, we started to say, okay, there's a gap here. People are asking for a bit more than what we have. And then we would ask, what is your favorite brand? And that's how we grew. So we get to know our brand. We contact the distributor for that brand, and then we take a couple more from their catalog. So that was Mnarani. Then 3 years later, it was time to start the new branch.
Wow.
At that time, we just thought Kilifi still has a market for the little things that people don't get in Tuskers, and we got a spot along Bofa Road, which is the main beach street, if I could call it.
Okay, so it's the equivalent of the Diani Beach Road.
Yes, something like that.
Or what in Mombasa, what would that be? Links.
Yeah, Links Road, or the strip for Bamburi that has all the hotels.
All the hotels.
Yes.
Okay.
Something
My geography
similar.
is improving.
You're doing
My coastal
well.
geography.
Yes, so we opened Bofa shop. At that time, it was still also a tiny store, but now we had a bigger focus on wine. We had realized that there's a space there, there's a market there. One of the main people who piqued my interest in wines was when I started out was Elsie of Domain Kenya.
Oh, lovely.
She came in and she's like, you don't have spear. And she gave me a quick lesson.
Love it.
And it was nice to talk about wine with a Kenyan, an African woman. And so for me, I just started picking the interest, learning, tasting. I knew if I was to sell it, I had to know how to taste it, what's a good wine, so a lot of education along the way. So when we opened the Bofa shop, it was an instant success.
Wow.
Mostly because of the wine section. We were big on the wine, we were big on gourmet food products, and we were big on fresh fruits and vegetables. So that was sort of our signature. And then Tuskers went down soon after we opened the Bofa shop. And then the demand for more just grew, and the shop grew very fast. Yeah, very big, very fast. We had to expand. It was a small shop first. We had to take the next space and became a bigger shop.
Wow.
What you now see as Express Shop in Bofa was not
always
that big. It was not always that big. Soon after, and then COVID hit. And now people sort of preferred the smaller mini markets to the bigger supermarkets. Yes. And we did our best to make sure the place remained sanitary. We were cleaning all our fridge handles every 15 minutes. We were only allowing 2 or 3 people to be in the shop at the same time. And the community worked with us to make sure we maintained, yeah,
The protocols.
the protocols, yes. They were big on that. So
Okay.
that's how we grew a delivery service
Oh,
around
nice.
that time. And then and so that period brought our third branch, which was now at the which is at the food movement,
Yes.
which is now sort of inside the Kilifi plantation. So more people were living on that side, and again not wanting to come out and cross the bridge.
Okay.
And so and the hub is a funky little hub coming up with artisans. And we thought, yeah, it would be a nice space to have a small branch. It is like your neighborhood kiosk, but
Okay.
with good wine.
Akibanski.
and good food. There you go. So that's what the food movement shop,
Okay.
the concept behind it.
I haven't been to the food movement, and I keep hearing about it, but I haven't been.
It's a beautiful, it's a wonderful space, beautiful space, good people, good vibes.
Okay.
You just, they say come as you are. Yeah, that's how it is there.
Okay.
And then last year we got an invitation to set up a shop here in Vipingo, and we thought, yeah, of course, Vipingo. Why hadn't we thought of a shop in Vipingo? Because we serve the market. We used to serve the market anyway from Bofa using our delivery service.
Yes.
It costs a lot to send a border, and then when the road started being built, it started costing even more, and we could tell that our customers were becoming less and less because the drive to Kilifi was becoming a hassle. And so when the invitation came to set up here in Vipingo, we took it.
Wow.
We didn't have money, we didn't have, but we had a dream and the will, and here we are.
Wow. So I mean that's quite some expansion plan. And I mean Tuskys is now what, Naivas?
Yes.
Eventually became Naivas.
Yes.
But then I can see the need for something specialist. And God bless Nairobi people who move to remote areas. And I'm seeing
Remote.
I love the language you're using, because it's like, the protocols of the store is very, medical and stuff like that. So this is Vipingo. Okay, there's a precinct developing here.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know whether precinct is the right word. And this is the market and something?
So this is called Vipingo Market and Beyond.
And beyond.
Yes.
It's not part of the Reach.
No.
Yes.
So it's a separate establishment. So the ridge is further down, maybe a kilometer from here. So the idea, this is just supposed to be a nice strip mall, a more smaller shops, more friendly kind of
Yes.
shopping rather than the big malls that are coming up everywhere.
yes.
Friendly community, neighborhood vibe.
Okay.
So some shops are still being opened, retailers still setting up. We were the first to open, took that
Awesome.
big leap of faith. We've suffered through the months because the road has taken longer.
Yeah, the road is not pleasant at all,
No,
but yeah, we soldier on.
Yes, and the community, of course, has been supportive. I mean, you
Lovely.
could tell they needed a shop, and we're not Carrefour in terms of size,
yes.
but together we're working to grow the offerings that are here and
Okay.
expanding, and they are wowed about the wines.
Oh yes, I have seen from the few interactions we've
Yeah.
had this morning before our setup, where I had to even stop myself from getting into recommendation mode, right? But then I realize now that Kilifi is quite big. I don't want to say long, but then I'm thinking all the way from Mtwapa is Kilifi, right? So do you have plans to expand that way? Or on the other end from the town is Malindi?
Malindi
And I'm not
side.
Malindi, Watamu. Sorry, Watamu first, then Malindi, then what?
Watamu, Malindi, and then beyond to Lamu.
To Lamu, yeah. So
Oh.
where next?
Good question. Or maybe I don't know. I think we wait to see where the tide takes us. At the moment, I feel like we've bitten more. Sometimes I feel like we've bitten more than we can chew.
Okay.
So we're still trying to digest all this, and then we'll see.
We'll see. But then just like a triathlon, I mean, we do 5 kilometers, then we think, oh, I can do 10, I can do 21, I can do 42, I can do an ultra, I can do the majors. I mean, you have the parallels here.
Yes,
to be able to do that as well.
Yeah, and Ojal is all about that.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's the runner, and he's the one who's never say die.
Okay.
But yes, let's see.
Let's see.
I'm open to what the future brings. I think from where we've come from, we wouldn't have envisioned we'd be here now.
Okay.
So we're still taking all that in. But all in the process, we've built a good team. We have wonderful people who are working with us, and I don't see why we can't grow.
Can't grow. Yeah. Talking about your team, but anyway, first let me say it's interesting that you talked about spear and the need for knowledge, because the first time I met you guys was actually at an event that we were holding right in the middle of COVID. We had it at the Dow House in Nyali, and it was the first sort of Cup Classic celebration event. I know at the time Nairobi had been closed. I mean, there was that period where, I don't know, those counties, I think there were 5 counties that were closed out from everybody else. And I told myself, I'm not staying in Nairobi. I'm going to retreat. And of course, there was a plan to have the event in mind. And you were with your sister, who's also involved in the business?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I remember your sister and of course Ojal. It was quite interesting to meet you there. But then now your team, I've met Sheila, who's one of your managers.
Yes.
I've met Aisha as well. But tell us about your team and how you've grown that as well.
Well, our first, yes, the Cup Classic event. Wow, we were wowed. It was our first wine tasting, and so much.
Well done, Manjiro.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, the introduction for us was amazing, and we got to meet new distributors. We expanded our wine range just from that
event.
Yeah,
glad to hear that. Bofa.
So that was quite something. Yes, so it was just me and Ida at the time, and Ojal. Ida still is our operations manager. So the team has grown. You know, when we started, we had just 3 people at the shop in Mnarani. Now we have a team of 26
people.
26
Lovely.
people.
Wow.
So it's
full-time employed, running across the branches.
Full-time employed, yes. So for the wine side of the business, Sheila is our in-house sommelier. She's the one who helps us curate the wines to have. She holds our wine tasting events.
Awesome.
It's great. She's trained with you.
Shout out to Sheila.
So thank you very much for your contributions to the wine space in Kenya. Yeah, so staffing. So the question was about how we grew the staff.
Yes.
Slowly over time, our model is small boutique, responding to the customer. So when we are choosing our people, we choose people who are friendly, friendly, who can approach people, would not discriminate on, all customers are our customers. So you want to listen to the small child who's asking, who's been sent to get a matchbox, and you want to listen to the customer who's looking for Simon's tiara. So we have the full range of customers, and what we look for in when we are recruiting is just that person who is able to communicate.
Okay.
Because we want to hear what the customer wants so that we can meet the person's need.
Okay, cool. I thought they would have to run a triathlon or something before they are hired. But fear not. That will come later.
Yes. Oh, it would be great. It would be great if they can, be more active.
Yeah.
By running around the shops, there's a lot of, it's a workout in
itself.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. I do thousands and thousands of steps
just within the space.
Just within the space.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. So this is actually really cool that we've come kind of full circle in a way, because we'll be hosting the 3rd Cup Classic event in Mombasa on the 13th of December.
Nice.
We still use Mombasa as the base because it's central to Kilifi people and to Kwale people, and hopefully even some Voi and whatever. But we do hope,
sadly,
very soon we'll be just able to hold a Kilifi specific event. And of course, you have the wide range of Cup Classics, the Simon Sig range, the Spear range, and I hope you'll be able to grow those into more brands as well.
Certainly.
And there'll be a training component as well this time.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, we look forward to having your staff there to grow their information and knowledge about Cup Classic as well.
Tell us how many will come.
All 50 slots are yours. But then perhaps it's interesting how, it's a family business and you're growing that this way. And I know you had a situation with your dog the other day. I'm so sorry about that, and I hope your dog gets better. You said his name is Chopper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The 5th family member of the 6th. Yeah. and we wish you well in that. Maybe some parting shot in terms of how you see the industry growing, consumption in the coast, if someone wants to get into the same business? I'll leave it up to you, however you want to give your parting shots.
I'm excited about the wine space.
Okay.
Well, I wasn't always about wine. It is something that I have come to learn, a lot of self-learning. I'm acquiring my own taste. Interesting to know that we don't have to like the same thing. People are liking different things, and it's okay.
What do you like? You have to give us now details. Yeah. Which one? Which one is the...
Oh my gosh, I do not want to annoy anyone.
Don't annoy anybody.
With the heat, I mostly drink rosé because of the heat.
Yes.
But nothing beats a good glass of red wine at my dinner table.
At your dinner table.
Yes.
So despite the heat, red wine is still being consumed.
Yes.
You don't want to mention any brands?
No.
Okay, fine.
No,
all right.
no brands. That's when you have to see me on this.
There's a large rosé market and there's a large red wine market when you're not having the Cup Classic.
Yes, yes. We open whenever people come to our house. Of course, we open the drinks with that. What's amazing nowadays is when I'm invited to dinner. Because Kilifi is very intimate. We don't do big parties. We don't go to big clubs. We have small intimate events in people's houses, etc. So every time I go to dinner, I realize people want to see what wine that will Esther bring,
right? And when they're coming to your house, they fear and shake because
yes, they do not know what we'll have, but we always have good things in store. I use those opportunities to even introduce new wines. Because when people bring wines, oh, try this, try that, I'm like, okay, I'll try this in my house. And my guests are always the first people to rate because you get candid reviews. So yes, and I cook for a wide variety of palettes.
Yeah, lovely.
So we get that's how I get the first review of most wines. I think the industry is growing. I followed Team Wine Kenya.
Yes.
I follow all these great women doing amazing things, wine and foods. All those things happening, and it's amazing. I think Kilifi is still a big market. Don't come here to set up more. We're here already. Try other areas. Yeah. But of course, I think there's room for everybody, and
to
whatever you're bringing in. I think there's more. There's still a lot more that we can do here.
Yes.
To interest more people. And there's space for both sweet wines and dry wine palettes, and I think we need to appreciate both sides, because I see a lot of dry wine drinkers in Kilifi. It's great. They have improved my knowledge in that space. But we also have people who are into sweet wines, and so there's a market for that, because we don't get too many people bringing in sweet wines here.
Okay. And again, you have a wide range of spirits. You have a wide range of beers.
Yeah. We have a lot of expatriates.
Yes.
So foreigners who come in and become residents here in Kenya, or residents in Kilifi, and they push our knowledge, they push our selection. It is great.
That's great. Okay.
So yeah.
You're also an expatriate from Nairobi living in Kilifi right now. But I love it. It does count. It does count. And earlier on we met Diana, who again used to live in Nairobi and is now moved here
Diana
and doing a lot
shaking
of
the wine
food
and food space in Kilifi.
So we must include her next time. We'll do part 2 of this closer to December, where there'll be some food and pairing
that would be
involved in that. But then I love that you're celebrating women, because we juggle a lot: motherhood, our jobs, family, and the business, social life, and all the expectations thereabout. But you seem to be winning, because I'm still trying to be convinced that you're a mother of 3, because it doesn't show. It doesn't show. I'm the one who looks like I'm a mother of 3, right? It doesn't show, and I applaud you on your work. Please keep soaring higher and higher. I'm so happy we met and were able to, to do this, and of course we'll be doing a lot more of this as well. We wish you the best as you expand across California, making it like California. And yes.
Well, thank you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the constant support, the warm wishes. Always nice to see you both in the wine space and in the running spaces. Yeah, strange you're not in Chalbi, where Ujal is currently running.
Okay, I was being told about, actually, this is really crazy because I was at Nomads the other day, Nomads in Kilifi, and I met the guy who organizes the team Tri-Fit.
The Tri-Fit, yeah,
But
in Diani.
In Diani,
Yeah.
and they are planning for Shuja on the 3rd of December. And it was like, we've closed spaces today, but you come. And I'm like, I remember the last time I did a triathlon and I almost didn't survive the water. So we'll create a team, maybe, here's an offer.
Team Wine.
Here's an offer, Team Wine. I will do either the running or the cycling, but I'm not getting into the water. So your son,
My
Gavin,
son Gavin can do the swimming.
The swimming?
Yeah.
and then we get you to run, then I can cycle, or we can have 2 teams, right? Or 3 teams of people.
As we're saying, Team Wine, and with the women,
And we share the
women's
responsibility.
spirit, you can get a female swimmer.
A female swimmer, there you
From
go.
the wine space.
Because I'm not going into the open water, no. I'm not going into the open water. So here is a recruitment for you. We have less than a month to get that sorted.
Easy things for
Easy
women.
things.
They're already juggling. They know how to train quickly. Yeah, easy
There you
things.
go. Easy things. But we celebrate you and of course look forward to many, many more of this.
Thank you. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for showing our space to the world, to the people. We follow you. We love what you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Cheers. There you have it. Karibuni Sana Express Shop at Vipingo
Market and beyond.
Market and Beyond and other branches too. Karibuni Sana.
Thank you.